number 2.
We need happy things.
Okay, you guys. Cheri. This is all on Cheri.
Cheri has problems.
Why? Why do you say it like that?
That's why this came about.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
So what is our theme this week?
Fast. Sewing fast.
Yes. If I sew
go ahead, say it.
If I sew fast enough, does it count as aerobic exercise? So I was kind of thinking, like, what can we do? What's fast? And I was kind of thinking, well, could we do something with exercise gear? I don't know. You'd have to exercise to know what exercise gear is. But I came up with something because I have a problem. And you guys probably have the same kind of problems. And that is all of the different
cord
cords
management
that you have. Because you have to have ones for just like...
Show your whole bag of cords. Just because you have so many.
Well, I'm taking this off so they don't get a sneak peek yet. I
mean, you don't want to show them.
Yes,
don't ruin it.
But like
cords, foot pedal cords, charge cords.
I mean, you have cords everywhere.
Everything we have has a cord, right?
Yes. And I took this cord and I threw it in my bag. So this is to my watch.
That's you have an Apple Watch, right?
Yeah. So I threw it in my bag and then I went to get it out and wah, wah, no bueno. Because this end had gotten caught under something and it had smashed it and now it's like all bent and it was so sad. And so now when I use it, I have to like wiggle it and hold my tongue and stand on one foot. And it's just so hard to use. And they're expensive to replace.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, how many times have I rebought cords? So I was like, I need something. And like Judy says, I do have some Velcro. I've done that before.
Velcro does work great.
But it's got to be cute.
Right.
Because
we have standards.
Yeah, we obviously.
Things got to be cute, y'all.
We're up in our game.
Got to be cute. Okay.
So I was like, we need something. And we came up with a little cord keeper pattern for you. And this is it. So it does have Velcro. There's your Velcro. But the other problem I have, and I'm sure you don't have this problem,
is
sometimes I lose stuff.
That's so nice of you to say that.
That you don't have that problem?
Yeah, it's so sweet of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wanted to be alone on this, that I'm the only one that loses stuff.
Yep, I never lose stuff. Huh, you guys? Christy?
Elisa, we do believe in cute, don't we? So I was kind of coming up with a way, like, how can I keep my cute cord and my cute cord holder together? So this is what we came up with. So it's just this little thing. And then right here, we have this little kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. It's buttonholes, but it's to keep that right on my cord. So now I can plug this in, wiggle my tongue, stand on one foot, set this up here. And then next time I go to pack this, guess what I have?
Your cord.
I have my cord and my cord. I should have called it that. Cord management system. Like we really are up in our game there. So obviously on this one, I made it so it would fit the small end of my cord. I don't need it to fit the big end.
Right.
And it will stay on there. And then I can just like wrap it around and put that in there. I kind of wiggled this one out a little bit because and then it kind of covers them up. So it keeps those ends.
There. Just to the left a little bit.
Let's get it in there right. All right. So then it just kind of keeps those covered. And this will slide in under that area.
Like a belt loop, but a cord loop.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there's where that little cord, you can see it peeking out there. But now those little ends won't get smashed in something and bent because we don't like that.
Yeah, and I was thinking about too, well, when you first sent me your prototype picture, this is the one that's been bent, right?
Yeah.
So when you first sent me the prototype picture, I imagine, well, you have the iPhone right there. Here, let me just do the iPhone one. So I have an iPhone somewhere, I don't know. And I always, like everyone, I think anyone who's had an iPhone knows that that part right there always gets ruined.
Yes.
Right? So every, like, and I'm not trying to diss Apple or whatever, but this part right here always ends up loosey-goosey.
Yep.
Frayed wires everywhere. And I just thought if you had that to protect it, that would probably help it last longer.
Yeah, it just kind of keeps it a little bit more stable.
Yeah.
And
if you plugged it in to your phone, this is what I had in mind. If you had it plugged in your phone like that, look at that. It would have a handy, you could have a handy holder even.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Joanne said snaps might work great too. Because so the Velcro, so once it's off, you can just like re-Velcro it. And the Velcro will actually even go both ways. So like if you, I don't know. So then it's like just creating that tube. So that might even be like what you're thinking of. Look, there's like a strap.
That's what I wanted, just like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah. So then you could hold your phone when it's plugged in. So.
Did you see the comment I put up?
No.
It's from Patricia. It says, Cheri, you are a genius.
Thank you.
She kind of is.
Almost.
No, you are. Legit.
Kyle's like a genius, so.
Oh, Kyle's like a genius?
Kyle's like a genius.
I love her.
So I do too.
Did
you Tuesday? Oh my gosh. I had to text her. I'm like, I want to hang out with you and Chris. They were so funny. Not today, heifer.
That's killing me. Not today, heifer.
And just
She's
her,
so funny.
Her and like.
I really do love hanging out with them.
Yes, they are a lot of fun. So that is how you're going to do your cord keeper. So Johnny was really excited to try and sew today.
Oh yeah, we're going to sew it, right?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, we're going over there.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to sew. Absolutely. They're like, don't let Johnny near the machine. Okay, hold on.
Here you go.
We're setting you down. Oh, you brought my chair. I'll grab this.
Now we have to make the chair shorter.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Do we have any fabric?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Oh, we ironed it.
Hey, I'm not the only one, you guys. I'm not the only one. Okay. Robin says, make a little longer one for more than one cord. Good idea. Did I make my apron? No. This is from, it's a barber apron. I got it at Sally Beauty. And I love it because it has like these cool things and it has leather. Oh my gosh, so many good comments. Hold on. Color code fabric for different family members. Sorry. That's a great idea. Well, we were prepping our sample. Sorry, I'm cutting my head off. We were prepping our sample, so I left it on the ironing board. Gail, did you make a pillow to match your quilt? Which quilt? I don't know which quilt you're talking about. We are in a fabric store, and we do have fabric, yes. Ooh, Kathy, that's a great idea. Kathy says, I want to embroider on the holder what the cord goes to. That's a really great idea. Kathy says, I want to embroider on the holder what the cord goes to.
That would be fantastic.
And somebody else says, oh, no, that's Cheri's quilt. I didn't make a pillow to match. Oh, are you talking about this one? This pillow? Is that the one you're talking about? This pillow is Welcome Spring.
It's a Kimberbell bench pillow.
That's a Kimberbell bench pillow.
Mm-hmm. It kind of matches that quilt. I could take it home. My porch would be happy with it. They wouldn't notice. All right. You guys can follow me for more tips. And my tip today is the iron works better when you turn it on.
Wasn't it on?
No, it wasn't. You plugged it in, but you didn't turn it on. So I'm like trying to get it to iron. Yes. We turned it on.
That Cheri's a genius, you guys. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Plug the iron in, then turn it on.
Yes.
Okay.
Both really helpful tips for ironing.
We are on the chorus, and it is not threaded. I love the automatic threading feature of the chorus. Nothing better, in my opinion.
Baby Lock has got it going on. That was my selling point. It really was.
Oh, Berkeley was down. Berkeley was down yesterday, and Jamin, who is not a seamstress or a sewer, but he's like, "Hey, Johnny, show her the chorus." So we were showing her the chorus,
and you're like, "We're gonna put this on this one. This is gonna come."
All right.
Look up just a little bit.
Okay.
Back here. There, see.
Is that Margie? Hi, Margie.
All right.
Hi, Cheri.
So your first step is just this. You just have a little bit of shape flex. You're gonna iron it. We're gonna have to like this one and stick it down.
Onto your charm pack?
Yeah, onto your charm pack. So those of you that are
not your charm pack. That'd be weird.
Just one. So just a 5x5 square. So those of you that are gonna sew the scrappy arrow with me, you'll be able to make a matching cord holder too. You'll have a couple.
Yes.
A couple left over. Not very many, but
a couple.
Yeah. So
so you ironed. You pressed some shape flex.
I pressed some shape flex, and that just gives it just that little bit more. I use shape flex all the time.
I do sometimes.
Okay.
T-shirt quilts.
Yep. So we don't need to sew this in because it's folded. So we're just going to sew across here and down and then back stitch. And then we're going to leave about 2 inches and then sew the other side.
Okay, I'll do that. Really love to sew on camera. It's fun.
I know, it is fun, huh? Should we get up close and personal? We can watch Johnny. It's been a minute since we actually did sew.
It has been a minute.
Maybe we know why.
And it's always fun.
It is fun. Marilyn says she buys shape flex by the bowl. I think she's one of my type of people.
Really?
She's in my tribe because
I have a bowl of it at home.
Yeah. Oh.
Cheri, I'm just gonna go put this in your car. I'll grab the other one.
You're our cutest customers today. Cheri Glissmeyer.
Yeah, we've had
like that?
Yep. And then just remember to leave that about a 2-inch gap.
Okay. Let's start again down here.
Yep. I'm gonna be like Allison here pretty soon, peeking at around the camera to read the comments. Yeah.
I know. Is shape flex like SF101? Yeah, right.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yep, SF101. So I just did a little stitch, did a little back stitch. Oh. Okay.
All right. So now we would
just use a buttonhole.
I brought mine.
That's Cheri. On like Bouban.
So the next thing we would want to do is just clip those corners, and we do that just so that your corners,
like so.
Yep. And it just makes it so you can turn those out and get a nice little point. Johnny's arm says to, is it John?
Yeah, it says, John, my youngest son, I want you to know how much I love you. The first line of a letter my mom wrote to me about 10 years before she passed away. Am I flipping it now?
Yep. Go ahead and flip it. And
so Kathy, I don't have her signature. I want to do that. I don't have her signature still. I actually want to find one that says like love mom, but I might put it somewhere else. But yeah, it's her handwriting.
Yep.
Thanks, Kathy.
Yeah, and we are making a cord holder. I'll show you.
Do you have your R&K turning tool on you?
No, I don't. I was going to grab it, but then I used it. And
I'm just going to use the pen that you happen to have
and
right there.
Does it work as well?
No.
No.
It does not work as well.
I know.
It's not the R&K turning tool.
I know. The R&K turning tool, if you don't have one, you really do need one because it is life-changing. Like sliced bread. Life-changing. All right. So what we're going to do next is we're going to sew the Velcro on.
Oh, Velcro's right here.
Oh, no. We're going to top stitch it. We're going to top
Top
stitch around
all the way
edge.
around?
Yep. And when I top stitch, I like to lengthen it. Do you want me to go iron that real quick?
No, but I do want...
You want an R&K turning tool, don't you? What about this one?
I think it's a little sharper.
We used to have more little place set up for us, and sometimes we forget. Oh, Janet said that. Let's see if I can do it.
Just hit it.
My dad gave me a pizza pan from my childhood, and I didn't discover until after he had passed away that he had written "Love, Dad" on the back.
Aww.
So special to me. That is so sweet.
I do love that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah. I'm super sentimental, though. I mean, you guys know that I already actually.
All right.
So am I starting at? Am I closing that up?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You'll just close it with your top stitch, and I love to top stitch projects. I think it makes them look really finished. I usually will bump up my stitch length. So if you don't usually do that, give it a try.
Well, I'm going to do this to 3.5. Is that?
I usually do a 3 on mine,
just 3?
but I don't know what you sewed at. Was it? Sometimes I'll go to a 4. It depends. On this, I would go to a 3.
And how close to the edge? Do you just do like right on the edge?
I just do, between 1/4 and 1/8. Sometimes I'll just choose a place on my foot and just kind of send it through there.
Yeah.
And so, especially on this where it's so little and you don't have to keep it consistent. Like if you make another one, you can do it a little bit different. I think I have kind of a standard that I do where it's like always the same.
I love the way top stitch just gives it a finished look.
It does.
Personally. So I'm using this foot as a guide. It's probably 1/8 of an inch. Is that our Texas guest?
Alice Jackson says, oh, wait, there we go. Thanks for reminding me. I needed to do this for all my cords on our trip in 2 weeks.
Perfect. Where are you going, Alice?
Dolores wonders about a decorative stitch. Ooh,
and that's why I was just going to say, too, like, I also love, like, a alternate, like a coordinating thread color. So this one, we're just doing white because that's what's in the machine, but it would be cute to do. I was loving use, like, a little, like Hemingworth or whatever, embroidery thread to give it a little bling.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a little bling?
Yeah, you could do a lot. I mean, where it's just it's a fun place to just practice some of those stitches to whatever, make it yours. These are your designer choices. We're just giving you a springboard. Oh, that's right. Alice is coming over to see us. After Shop Hop and after Rusty Barn. All right.
Ooh, you could also make a click-up bag. Well, also, I mean, we've shown a million bags recently, but that click-up bag would be cute.
Yes.
The candy bag.
Yes.
Okay. So I made this cute little... It's supposed to look like that.
It's perfect. Perfect. All right. So now we're going to sew the Velcro on.
Okay.
And you're just going to sew the hook side on one. And then on the opposite side and on the opposite end, you'll sew the other one. So like if
do you have any tips for sewing Velcro?
My tips for sewing Velcro is don't get the sticky one. I hate when you press it on first.
Why?
Well, okay. It does gum up your needle because it seems like it's always super ultra sticky.
Right.
Even if if you have stick-on Velcro, get your non-stick needle, your anti-glue needle. I'm like, it's not Teflon. What is it? Your anti-glue needle. That will help. But I don't think you just do a square. If you're feeling like it's not going to be very secure, you can do an X across it.
Oh, okay.
But most of the time for something like this, you're not pulling a lot of weight with it, that type of thing. So that is my tips. I do not like the sticky back Velcro because
sticky back tearaway.
Yes, I do like different. Sticky back tearaway. That's completely
Bye, Betty Joe.
Bye, Betty Joe.
Thanks for coming in.
So just know that these are on opposite sides. So sometimes the only thing that's confusing is when you turn it, it's like the same place, but it's actually the opposite. So don't get confused.
So I sewed one there.
Yep.
And I want to sew the other one there.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So he's just double checking himself. He's like, okay, I want it to do this.
I almost did it the opposite way.
Yep.
But that's right? Because we want to make a 2.
Yeah, because we're going to make a 2. So we don't want just this, which you could. It'd be okay. But this will hold your cords in there and protect those ones like the Apple Watch thing.
Right. I'm going to be honest here.
What is it?
I've never once sewn Velcro. Someone says invest in snaps.
Yeah.
Oh.
Snaps are good.
I used to have a snap gun.
I did too, and I loaned it to someone, and that was the end of my snaps. Yes.
It wasn't Chris, was it?
No, it wasn't
She'd
Chris.
return it for sure.
She would, and it was a long time ago.
Oh.
I lose more things that way.
And I collect more things.
You collect more things that way. Did you guys hear how he quietly just said that?
Just a little joke. Just a little joke.
And can I borrow your?
Can I borrow your whatever snap guns?
Snap guns. Your.
Oh.
How are you doing?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to check my work when I'm done?
Yeah, it looks like I maybe cut it just a little long.
It's a little bit long on one side.
That's okay. We
but
can
the
trim
way
it.
I'm sewing it, I'm not sure if I.
Sherry just said, "Sherry, can I borrow your embroidery machine?" She's quick.
You do have a nice one. Why did you get the Altair?
I have an Altair. So no, I'm learning.
Okay.
And Johnny doesn't have an embroidery machine.
I know you can't borrow that.
You can't borrow that.
So
they're here to see a Johnny first. Should we check on it?
Can I borrow your baby lock Solaris too? Okay. So look at this. Well, yeah. Like, do you think I went too far in on this one?
No, I think my Velcro is a little too long. So I think if we trim it, it will be fine.
Okay.
So
look, I just sewed Velcro, you guys. It wasn't very hard.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. How about buttonholes?
I can do a buttonhole.
All right.
Because we have a buttonhole attachment.
We do have a buttonhole attachment. So
do I take...
Yep,
I just pop this off, right?
You just pop that off. Now, I'm going to give you guys a tip. This is how big I needed it for the iPhone. I had this, but I didn't have a button that made it just that size, so I stuck in my bobbin. So if you are doing your bobbin, follow me for more tips.
Follow me for more tips.
Stick your bobbin in there.
Curtis says that he would love to borrow the store's new M17 by Janome.
Yeah.
We don't have one yet, Curtis, but that is a great idea. Follow me for more tips. You're so funny. Okay.
You should see his face looking at that like, all righty then.
Whatever. Sherry hands you something, you just say yes and do it.
So we're going to do that about 3/4 of an inch over from each side and a 1/4 inch from the bottom. and you can measure that out. And you want to check which way.
I just dropped your bobbin. I have no idea where it went.
Look, here's a pack of them, though.
I know. Where did your bobbin go, though?
I'll just use that for now.
Oh,
So
sheesh.
we're just going to make our marks. And so we're going to go over 3/4 an inch and about 1/4 inch up. And you want to know which way your machine is going to sew. Because some machines will sew forwards first and then do your bar stitch and then sew your zigzag back, and some will go from the front and go backwards. So make sure you know which way your machine is going to go.
Is this the right orientation?
Yep. And those of you that, this is good. So we got that on there, right? And then we have to drop down the buttonhole. So this is the baby lock, the buttonhole attachment that's going to automatically do our thing. It's on this side right here.
Ah.
So there it is.
Okay.
And then we're going to select a buttonhole.
Okay.
And there are different kinds. There's some,
like a bunch.
yes.
Do you have a preference?
On this one, I wanted it a little bit bigger, and I just wanted the square. Should we pull this over and show them all the buttonholes? Can you see it? So, like, this one is called a keyhole, and this one is a good one. Like, if you're doing something where the button will go over there, like a jacket. But I really liked just this one because it had a little bit more width in it. Because I'm putting kind of a bigger cord piece through it.
Right.
A little bit chunkier than a button.
Nice.
So
that's just an automatic. I mean, that machine has how many loaded on there? 16?
it has quite a few. Yeah.
Has a bunch.
Yep. So now we have our marks on there.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can see them. There's that little blue mark right there. And we're going to there's some crosshairs in our button.
So that goes where the crosshair goes?
Right in the crosshair. So on the baby lock machine, it has kind of 3 little crosshairs. And we put that in there.
Okay.
And then I usually just kind of look at it from the side and make sure my fabric is kind of just lined up, and yours looks great. And for me, I don't know why, and this is why I put the bobbin in there, and rather than just making it the size, I like to kind of hold the back. Let's see if we can do this. Just hold the back of this, and because if it gets caught up, then I can just give it a little push before it sits and like builds up the thread too much, and it makes it hard to move. So
okay,
we're gonna have you, and you'll just be able to.
So I hit start.
You can, or you can push on the pedal, and it will just go. And look at that. It's doing kind of a stabilizing line, and then it'll come back, and then it will do your zigzag. And then it does your bar tack. And then it comes back down and does a little stabilizing stitch. Oh, it does your bar tack and then your zigzag. So, and then when it's all done, there's your other bar tack, and it will just do a tie-off stitch and stop.
Wow.
Is that amazing?
That's pretty cool.
All right, so
oh dear,
cut your thread.
Oh.
You lowered it. There you go. So I was looking up buttonholes last on like Wikipedia. When do you think the first machine was made with a buttonhole?
Well, they had one on the Singer, didn't they? The featherweight.
But what year?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? It was 1862.
1862.
So
wow.
Think about that. How many years did we not have buttonholes? That they were done by hand. And now they are so easy.
So should we do the next one?
Yep. And the other thing, Kenzie says 1935, 1862. So they've been around a while. And it was, I think his name was Henry. His last name was House. Henry House is the one that invented that. So wow. I'm sure all of the ladies that were sewing their clothes back then were so excited to finally get a thing that did buttonhole. And like, just think of that. Like, that would have been life-changing. Like a cord keeper.
I know. Like a cord keeper.
Like a cord keeper. I know. I finally got it. Someone commented.
What are they talking about? What is, oh. Fern. You guys should see this.
That was a large spool of Hemingway thread.
There's a lot of that going on right now. I'm just over here trying to sew my buttonholes, and someone says "eat dog" behind you. That's a cute little noise.
Yes. Don't you love? Look at that. Johnny
And
just
then
did.
we use a pair. Oh, just seam ripper.
I use a seam ripper, and you can do a pin on the end if you don't want it to go through, but I just use a seam ripper. If it's a sharp one, if you've worn out your seam ripper, it's time to get a new one. Let it be your friend.
Are you kidding me? Oh, no, don't cut through this bar stitch.
Yeah, don't cut through the bar tack.
Cal.
And, okay, we're going to see if Johnny knows this one. I kind of knew this one. Men's and women's button-up shirts. The buttons and the buttonholes are on opposite sides.
Yes.
Do you know why?
Because when ladies used to have their dresser come in and dress them, they had it done for the other way.
Yes.
I knew that one.
But Wikipedia says there's no proof. That's just
Oh,
kind of
like
supported
hearsay,
theory. Yeah.
supported theory.
So,
Well, that was a really
But-
fantastic buttonhole that we made
yeah.
before somebody used a seam ripper
That's
to
sharp.
go right through it.
So, do you know how to
Sorry.
avoid it?
No,
So, if you have just a little straight pin, I don't know if we have one right here.
a straight pin.
Yeah. You just will straight pin right across the area. And then when you hit it, you'll
Oh.
hit that before you go through your before your thing. So
Hey,
you
hold on
can
a second.
you can take that and just do a little zigzag and it'll be good. He's like, hold on. We gotta show that comment.
That's not you. I won't see that again soon. So, Elisa says I put a pin at the end of buttonhole to stop the seam ripper. Yep.
Yep, you just put it right
That
there.
you
and-
said pin, and I didn't listen.
So if you're looking at that, you would put the pin just right there, and then you would seam rip from this side towards the pin. A buttonhole cutter.
What is that?
I don't know if I've ever heard of that either.
Is that a notion that you can purchase?
I didn't know. Yeah, we do. Motion in the ocean.
Motion in the oh.
My room.
Look at that disgusting spider.
I know it's gross.
That's so gross. Ugh.
I love that large Hemingway thread. So Marcia, we're interested. Buttonhole cutter. Oh, buttonhole scissors.
A buttonhole cutter. Oh, it's a notion for Bernina machines, huh?